part 3 of easy everyday journaling. By now, you should be finding and feeling pretty familiar with journaling and how you can use it in your life. But what does journaling practice look like in everyday life? In this final section, we're going to look at how to make journaling a lasting part of your life. Some common journaling roadblocks. 1, not having enough time. This can seem like the biggest barrier, especially when you're just starting to journal. At the end of a long, tiring day, journaling might seem like another item on your to-do list. You will inevitably have some of these moments along the way, but remind yourself how good you always feel once you do journal. Write yourself a note in the inside cover of your journal with a little pep talk. Make a deal that you will write for just 1 minute, and you can stop after that. Make an effort to find a good time to write every day. Put it in your calendar. Set a reminder on your phone. Just keep doing it, and you will start to see it's an essential part of your self-care routine. 2, I don't feel like a writer. You can write. It's that simple. No matter how you see yourself or what your 7th grade English teacher told you, you have valuable thoughts to share, and you deserve to give them a voice in your journal. Your journal doesn't have to be a masterpiece or even use correct grammar and spelling. It's for your eyes only, to be kind to yourself and to let go of the desire to be perfect. Just write, and you're a writer. 3, not knowing what to say. Everyone has this problem. You stare at the blank page, and it stares right back at you. When writer's block strikes, or I like to call it page fright, try to remember that journaling is not a graded assignment. There are no rules. There is no word count. There is no wrong way to write. Start stream of consciousness writing, jotting down whatever thoughts come into your head, even if that is, I don't know what to write, or writer's block is the worst, over and over and over again. Eventually, you will find another idea and you'll run with it. 4, feeling overwhelmed by everything you want to say. Sometimes having too many thoughts can be just as hard as having too few. When this happens, don't try to do too much at once. Remember that you don't need to write about everything in one sitting. Pick one idea to start writing about and go for it. You can always jump around from idea to idea later on if you feel like it. Once you get into the journaling groove, how do you stay engaged and inspired? How do you keep from getting bored once you've begun journaling for a little while? Here are a few tried and true journaling ideas to keep your interest constantly growing. 1, get outside. The natural world is full of inspiration, no matter what the season. If you spend a lot of your time inside, especially in the same environment, taking a short break in nature can do wonders for your well-being. Go for a brisk walk. You don't have to go far, as long as you've gotten some fresh air and a change of scenery. Breathe deeply and try to clear your mind. When you get back from your walk, journal with new energy. Write about a problem you've been working through and see if you can bring a fresh perspective to it. Write about what you saw on your walk. What signs of nature did you observe? What evidence of the season? What did the air smell like? What people or animals did you see? Write about a happy memory you have from spending time in nature in the past. Describe how old you were, what you saw, what you did, and who you were with. What emotions do you feel when you recall that experience? 2, make lists. Starting a list in your journal is a great technique when you are restless or bored or unsure about what to write. When you're staring at the blank page, It's often easier to write in short bursts than in long narrative. And the great thing about lists is they can be about anything you want. Serious, silly, thoughtful, professional, bold, it's up to you. 3, write letters. There are times when it's easier to journal when you feel like you're having a conversation with someone. You can imagine another person hearing the words you're writing and understanding exactly what you mean. Create this kind of support for yourself by writing letters in your journal, even if you have no intention of ever sharing them with anyone else. Write letters to family members, teachers, or mentors who made a difference in your life. Write a letter from your future self, giving advice and encouragement about what you're going through right now. Tell yourself how strong and capable you are, and that you have a lot of happiness and fulfillment to look forward to in the future. 4, feel what you're feeling. No matter how you choose to use it, your journal is there to be your confidant, your coach, and your sounding board. It's the place where you can express exactly what you're feeling when you're feeling it. Don't hold back when you journal. Let your raw emotions out on the page, even if, especially if they're messy. These are the thoughts you need to express and process. Real self-care means being honest about what you're going through and what you need. Making yourself vulnerable in this way opens you up for positive changes. So that concludes my presentation for today. Thank you for joining me. I would love to see you at my website, createrightnow.com, which has all kinds of resources for getting you started and keeping you staying started. So please come visit me at Create Right Now, the Journaling Power Center. And as I say to everybody all the time, write on.